everyone, it's Kirsten from Happy Little Quilt Shop. I'm here to show you a super quick project to use up some of your scraps for a gift. So first thing we're gonna do is take a piece of pre-folded cardstock, pre-scored cardstock. I bought this at Michael's, it's nothing fancy. It is, I think, 5 inches by 6.5 inches, so standard card size. Then I've got a piece of stabilizer that I'm putting a little bit of spray based on, and I'm attaching that to the interior of the card. So you will see this. So you want it to look nice because you will see it. So make sure your edges are nice and even. Then we're gonna crease our card, and on that same piece that we attached the stabilizer to, again, we're gonna get out our 505 or whatever spray based you have, or even if you only have an Elmer's glue stick, that works too. A little spray based. And we are going to, again, making sure, because we're gonna see this is the front of our card. We wanna make sure that we're as even as possible. It looks like I got it pretty good there. All right, now we're gonna head over to the sewing machine and we are going to stitch this down. Yes. I am sitting at the Janome Continental M8. This is one of my favorite machines to sew at. And we are going to pull up our blanket stitch. So on here, it has a nice button that takes us automatically to our applique stitches. I'm gonna select the one I like, which happens to be 2 straight stitches and then 2 bar tacks. Now on this machine, the reason that I like it so much is because it has a little thumb wheel off to the side here, and I can precisely put my needle down exactly where I need it. And actually, I am going to switch out my foot real quick too, because I want to really be able to see what I'm doing. So this machine has a really nice little storage tray in the table, and I'm going to take my F2 foot, which is our applique open toe foot. And again, I'm gonna make sure that that needle is exactly where I want it to with that thumb wheel. Put my foot down. I have the foot control connected right now, but you also can use the start stop button. And then I'm going to sew right along the edge, and I'll slow this down for you so you can really see. So it does those straight stitches and then 2 bar tacks over, and straight stitches and 2 bar tacks over. And I'm gonna do this around all 4 sides. And we're gonna try and be as precise as possible. Sometimes we're a little off, but that's okay. Now, this machine does have a pivoting function for the applique, but because we're just doing a quick little project, I'm just going to the end of my piece of fabric and lining it back up myself. If we used that cornering tool, it would automatically adjust the stitches so that we don't end up with 2 bar tacks crisscrossing in the corner. It's a really helpful tool, especially if you're doing a lot of tight corners in your applique. But because this is just a quick little gift, we're cheating a bit. So I cut my thread, and then again, I line up on that edge where I know my bar tacks aren't gonna cross. And I'm sewing right down that last edge. Now I coordinated my thread. You could use a contrasting thread to really spiff this up, but I coordinated mine. I did a nice dark brown, and then I will snip that little thread, and I'll probably go back and snip this little bit of fringe and put a little bit of fray check on here so it doesn't continue to fray. The applique stitch, if you do it correctly, should stop a lot of that fraying because the straight stitches sit right up against the edge of that fabric. But sometimes you still get a little fraying. So I'll go back through and I'll trim these and I'll put a little bit of fray check on it so it stays nice. And then we've got that stabilizer. Now what you could do is you could also coordinate your bobbin thread with the color of your stabilizer so that you really don't see this. But I'll probably go back in and I'll put a little piece of fabric here, and then I'll write my note to my friend here, and it's all ready to go.